My name is Vishal Gariwala and I work for SUSE as its CTO for the APJ and Greater China regions. I am based out of Singapore. I trust that you and your loved ones are doing well. The past 18 months have been difficult for all of us. The pandemic is something that really came as a surprise for many, and it has impacted people and relationships in a big way. Businesses have not been spared either, and virtually every industry was forced to change and adapt to the new normal or be at the risk of being out of business. Consumer habits also changed across many industries. One such industry that witnessed a dramatic change in consumer behavior is the banking industry. Global lockdowns forced consumers to interact with their banks exclusively using digital channels. In the past, there would be a segment of customers who would have visited branches to perform certain transactions. With all branches closed, now there was only one way to interact with the bank, and that is using online banking or mobile banking. As a result, digital channels were stressed. Customer expectations also increased with respect to being able to do everything digitally and remotely. Customers who previously interacted with the branch expected the same level of experience and human touch with real-time response times. A direct result of the surge in digital-only banking was an exponential increase in the bank's call center volumes as consumers started leveraging their preferred communication channels such as online chat, instant messaging, emails, phone calls, etc. The rapid shift to digital and the ensuing rise in call volumes strained the bank's ability to maintain good customer experience. Another big shift in the banking industry was pertaining to payments. There was a big shift from cash to digital, and the reason was purely due to safety because people just did not want to touch cash or exchange cash. According to MasterCard Asia Pacific, the usage of contactless payment options has shot up 2.5 times compared to non-contactless transactions in Asia Pacific from February to March 2021 itself. The combination of the health crisis and the inevitable shift towards contact-free payments has seen a widespread adoption in many countries in Asia Pacific, such as New Zealand, Hong Kong, and Malaysia. India, for example, has experienced a meteoric surge in contactless payments in recent months. A new global consumer survey by MasterCard found that 68% of shoppers in Asia Pacific would rather buy from stores offering a contactless payment option like tapping or waving their card, as opposed to touching an exposed PIN keypad or a pen. All these changes in consumer behavior around going completely digital meant one thing. Massive surge in digital transactions tested banks' ability to continue providing the same level of service, experience, and personal touch as before. Some banks embraced cloud technology. Others opted for innovative solutions such as chatbots that are fueled by AI/ML, and there are even others that tried hard to scale their legacy applications. Despite that, there was still a huge gap as banks were merely responding to an unexpected event. They were not prepared for this, and as a result, the pandemic had a huge impact to their business operations. In short, they lacked digital resilience. So what exactly is digital resilience? Now let's look at IDC's definition. IDC defines digital resilience as the ability for an organization to rapidly adapt to business disruptions by leveraging digital capabilities to not only restore business operations, but also capitalize on the changed conditions. Now, the two keywords here are rapidly adapt and digital capabilities. So the question is, what are the key things that banks need to do to build digital resilience? In my opinion, there are three key pillars to building digital resilience. The first pillar is modernize and transform the core. This is about modernizing existing applications into smaller and nimbler microservices using container and cloud native technology. This will immediately inject scalability and fault tolerance into your banking applications so that they are able to handle surges effectively. Now, for legacy applications that cannot be easily refactored into microservices, you can consider doing a lift and shift migration from the legacy infrastructure to a containerized infrastructure. This will still be able to provide basic scalability benefits. Now, if you are using banking solutions that are provided by third-party software vendors, such as vendors offering core banking, loan origination, and fraud solutions, you should speak to these vendors and have them modernize these solutions and have these solutions certified against the latest cloud native and container standards as well. The second pillar is all around embracing hybrid and multi-cloud. There is a state of the cloud report done by Flexera in 2021 that clearly shows hybrid and multi-cloud increases across all industries, with percentages exceeding 80%. There's another survey, the IDC Cloud Path survey, that shows that banks reported that their total IT budget allocated to public cloud workloads was 33% in 2020. That's up from 18% in 2018. The increase in adoption is due to the many benefits that a hybrid and multi-cloud approach provides. Firstly, you have pricing flexibility. You can choose the cloud that best addresses your needs from a cost, payment, and contract angle, today as well as in the future. Now, having the agility to match your applications and workloads to the appropriate cloud platforms is very critical too. For example, running applications with sensitive data on your private cloud could be your one strategy, and then having your non-sensitive applications, for example, digital experience solutions for retail banking, and having them run on the public cloud. You will also strengthen your resilience. Adopting a multi-cloud strategy will ensure that any issues or challenges arising out of a particular cloud provider, for example, a sudden outage or security breaches, will not cripple an organization and ensures business resilience and continuity. The elastic nature of public clouds will also enable your applications to scale on demand easily. Finally, a multi-cloud approach can help banks avoid vendor lock-in so that you're not forced to go all in with one cloud provider. You can choose a provider that meets your requirements, for example, requirements pertaining to SLA, operating terms and conditions, and so on and so forth. In this way, you will be able to really harness the power of the cloud and get the maximum value out of it. The third pillar is adopting location agnostic infrastructure. Now, here you want to ensure that regardless of where your compute environments reside, be it on your on-premises data center, a public cloud provider, or even edge environments, you should be able to leverage them as easily as possible to meet requirements pertaining to customer experience, scale, and performance. Edge computing, for example, demands computing power anywhere the customer might be, for very niche use cases such as IoT-based robots at the branch office to delivering unique customer experiences. Now, you also want application portability. This would also enable you to run your applications in any of your compute environments with minimal configuration. And finally, you should also be able to apply consistent policies across all your environments and manage your entire infrastructure centrally. So in summary, the three key pillars once again: modernizing and transforming the core, embracing hybrid and multi-cloud, and building a location agnostic infrastructure. Let's now take a look at how this can potentially look like for a bank. So let's assume you have a data center, you have contracts with the three major cloud providers out there, and you have also built an edge infrastructure near branch offices. Now you deploy some of your cloud native applications onto your data center, onto the cloud providers, because you wish to get added scale, an ability to have burst capacity during seasonal traffic peaks, and also business continuity in case one of your other environments experiences an outage. So that's one thing that you do. Have some of your applications deployed onto your public cloud provider. Now, you also deploy some of these cloud native microservices to your edge infrastructure. And this is because you want to bring real-time and low-latency personalized service capabilities closer to the customers. Now, for example, using AI/ML to identify a recently married millennial as you walk into a branch, and offering a suitable home loan or a savings plan for a holiday the couple is planning for. We all know that the cloud providers have an elastic environment that can grow or shrink as per customer requirements. For cloud native applications, this is made possible by a popular open source standards based technology known as Kubernetes. Now, Kubernetes is available on the different cloud providers, on the data centers, as well as on the edge. Basically, it is the intelligence that tells the public cloud provider when to add more computing capacity and how much to add, when to dial down the computing capacity, and also automatically recovering an application if it encounters problems. Kubernetes helps to build lots of resilience at the individual infrastructure level. However, one problem still exists. You still don't have a single way to manage your entire hybrid, multi, and edge cloud infrastructure. You will need skilled resources to manage and configure all the different Kubernetes environments. Wouldn't it be wonderful if there was a way to view and manage your entire heterogeneous infrastructure as one infrastructure? Well, guess what? SUSE makes that possible. Our enterprise-grade Kubernetes management platform allows IT ops teams to view, manage, and secure all their existing Kubernetes compute resources, no matter where they are residing, in a singular way. Now you can easily leverage your entire hybrid, multi-cloud, and edge environments seamlessly without really having deep expertise with the various cloud provider technology. You will also be able to apply consistent policies, software updates, and security fixes across all your environments and manage your entire infrastructure centrally. This gets especially important as we consider edge computing use cases with tens or even hundreds of edge infrastructures that need to be regularly updated. So for example, if you introduce a new edge infrastructure or another cloud provider in the future, you can simply plug those into SUSE Rancher and it will take care of the rest. SUSE Rancher also comes with powerful features to empower developers to build cloud-native microservices using the development tools of their choice. Developers can also tap into Rancher's DevOps automation to improve their productivity, reduce errors, and accelerate application delivery. Now, if you are not using SUSE Rancher, you would need to manually use the management consoles provided by each of the cloud provider. And that means investing in lots of highly skilled technical resources with expertise in the public cloud providers. You will also need to manually apply policies in all the different environments that you are using. Now, two of the biggest benefits you gain with such an approach is compliance and consistency over your overall infrastructure, your software development process, connectivity, and data. In terms of infrastructure, it's all about what you deploy on. In terms of development, how you are going to be developing. In terms of connectivity, how you are going to be connecting your various elements in your infrastructure. And in terms of data, how do you ensure data consistency? Let us now look at one bank that has transformed itself using SUSE Rancher. And this is Absa. Absa is the second largest bank in the African continent. It offers an integrated set of products and services across personal and business banking, corporate and investment banking, wealth and investment management, and as well as insurance. Now, Absa had two goals. Firstly, they wanted to get new services to market quickly. In order to do that, they needed an efficient way to achieve real scale without accruing serious costs. Secondly, they wanted to build applications as standalone cloud-native microservices that can run in their own infrastructure, in a choice of environments and in any cloud. This means applications that can be easily moved to different providers and scale in an instant. Absa leveraged the SUSE Rancher solution to achieve major efficiencies and promote greater innovation. They managed to reduce overhead costs by 75% compared to other vendors. The management time and outages were also reduced by 80%. Finally, they were able to modernize and transform their outdated, expensive, and monolithic core infrastructure to a multi-cluster model, which will now enable them to grow and innovate quickly. Today, Absa has a fully resilient, self-healing platform built in-house and powered by SUSE. And Absa is just one of the many customers that are benefiting from cutting-edge technology from SUSE. Globally, we have over 15,000 customers across all the different vertical industries. And finance, FSI being one of the verticals where SUSE is very strong in. And here's a snapshot of some of our customers in the FSI vertical. Now, SUSE is a global leader in innovative, reliable, and enterprise-grade open source solutions. And we have 29 years of leadership in true open source solutions. We have a world-class cloud-native portfolio starting from our enterprise-grade Linux operating system, extending up to include a full container ecosystem, and edge offerings to support hybrid, multi-cloud, and edge computing use cases. What makes SUSE most unique is our commitment to flexibility and freedom of choice for our customers. This means we ensure that our solutions are supported and interoperable on as many platforms and technologies as possible, and not only those from SUSE. Today's, today's SUSE solutions are powering thousands of blue chip customers, mission critical workloads. We have 13 out of the 15 largest financial services firms as our customers. At SUSE, we firmly believe that open collaboration drives innovation. We have built strong collaboration with partners, customers, and the larger open source community. SUSE has relationships with many leading technology providers, including chip manufacturers such as Intel, enterprise application providers like SAP, and hyperscalers like Google, where our business on Google Cloud has more than doubled each of the last 3 years. We also invest considerable time and resources in numerous industry initiatives and associations in areas such as cloud native, 5G automotive, and open source software on mainframe computers. The future bank will be one that is not only able to create positive competitive disruption through innovation and drive customer experience to increase excellence, but does so with a resilient infrastructure characterized by an agile and modern architecture that is location independent, based on public, private, hybrid cloud, the edge, and one that is managed, secured, and governed within the policies of the institution and the local regulatory environment. The future bank is better able to not only withstand disruptions, whether market or environmental in nature, global or local, but also to some extent predict potential disorder and its impact on the organization based on a data-centric business model. Digital resilience will be a key enabler of innovation for the future bank. SUSE, with its deep experience in technology and innovation, can help banks on this transformation journey. Thank you very much.